Alright, so just pulled up to the house. Meeting Adrian, he's gonna talk to us about some water softening.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hi. This is Adrian, he's gonna help us out with the water filtration solution, hydroclear. Yeah, I told Jonathan I was gonna do this.
Yeah,
He's like, make sure you do it. So, how does this stuff work? I know you said it's better with a demonstration and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, so we'll grab a couple of samples of water and just take a look, see what's going on, get some additional information from you as far as water usage and things, and then definitely make a recommendation with everything for you.
Now they had a whole hookup here before, but I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know if it's turned on.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna take a look and see. I did see there, so we'll take a look to make sure or see if it's hooked up. If it's not hooked up, see if it's working.
He's about to test our water to tell us if it's San Antonio water or Flint water.
It's gonna be a hardness test. This is gonna let me know right off the back if the system is working for you guys. Okay. It's pretty simple. The way this works is we use a blue hardness indicator. What it does is it reacts to soft and hard water, okay? So before I jump into that though, let me kind of explain what I have going on here. Now this is a miniature replica of the actual inside of the system. This is what does the cleaning for the system. So like your system out there is a carbon resin based system. So exactly what you see here. The black beads are carbon. They make the water smell and taste better. They pull out specifically like chlorine in the water. The carbon protects the resin. What the resin does is it pulls out impurities that are in the water, the calcium, magnesium, stuff that we find in our water here in San Antonio, and it collects all of that inside of it. So this is just a miniature replica of what you guys have outside in the garage.
Yeah.
If the water's soft, clean, it'll turn a bluish, purplish color almost. If it's hard, if the system's not working, it's gonna turn a bright pink color, okay? So we're gonna add 5 drops, and this is the water from the miniature. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can see it turns that purplish, bluish color there. So that means that's the water, it's gone through the miniature. It's taken out any chemical as far as chlorine in the water, any type of impurities. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a idea if your actual system is working now. So we'll add 5 drops. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll shake it up and it turns nice and pink. So that just lets us know that your system that's out there is just not an active system. So that's why it's not connected at all in here. In this area, not in this area, in San Antonio in general, the water's extremely hard, but there are a lot of other contaminants that are inside the water. Not only impurities and things like that, but our system is meant to pull out heavy metals that are in the water, nickel, bromine, nitrates, things that are found in this water in this area, because this water used to, of course, this area used to just be old farmland, you know. So a lot of those chemicals that they use to put into the ground that are in our fertilizers and things like that, it gets left behind. And as our water travels, it's not so much that Saws doesn't do a good job of cleaning our water. They do an excellent job of cleaning our water, but it travels really far from the water towers, collects up all these additional things, but not only that, it's been running through plumbing and piping that's years old, you know, really old. And so the next thing we'll do here, guys, is I like to show this so you guys can kind of see, is going to be a chlorine test. Now we're going to use a chlorine reagent. Now the way this works is it's pretty simple. If it's positive for chlorine in the water, it'll turn 1 of 2 colors. Yellow, which is like a light amount. If it turns a blue or a green, that means there's a heavy amount of chlorine that are found in the water out here. So we'll add 7 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's take a look and see. So, and this right now it's not coming up with anything. So we'll give it a second, see what it does. So what we're gonna do with this next test is gonna be just create a side-by-side comparison so you can see the difference and the quality as far as the water goes. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some color to the water. 15 drops, just so we can kind of see what's going on inside here. So we're gonna have 15 drops to each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. All right, so you can see some color here. Now we'll add a second solution. Now what this one does is it separates and coats any type of impurities that are actually found inside of our waters, okay? So we'll do the same thing, 15 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. So the first water here, guys, this is the water that's actually going to come from the miniature, okay? So it's gone through the process of filtration, and you can take a look at it. How would you guys describe that water? Besides the yellow.
Very yellowish. Oh,
Besides
Very
the
clear.
Nice and clean,
Clear.
right?
Yeah.
Nice and clean, definitely, right? Now take a look at this other water.
And this is
Wow.
without the.
That's without the filtration. So that's all the impurities that you actually find inside the water. Pretty disgusting, right?
Yeah.
That's all the stuff, all the minerals, the calcium, all those different things that we find here in the San Antonio water. So you can see huge difference between night and day, right? So I know it's kind of a no-brainer, but if you guys did have a choice for you in your home, which of the two waters would you guys prefer to have?
I tell you what we're used to.
I know what you're used to. Clear, definitely, right? Yeah, no, I know what you're used to. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, right? The clear one is going to be the one that's going to best provide the biggest protection for your home. And of course, the homes had something in the past, so the people that lived here, they cared what was in their water. You know, they knew that they made an investment for that purpose. So the crazy thing is, though, guys, that this test isn't even done. It's going to take a few more minutes for it to kind of separate and do exactly what it's going to do. So we'll just kind of set that aside. And while we set it aside, I'll go through the difference right off the back.
That was ours.
That's your water, yeah.
You're lying.
No.
That was ours.
Now you can already tell a big difference. You can smell this soap here. It's an all-natural antibacterial soap, very alcohol heavy, right? We're gonna add 5 drops to each one of these, give it a little swirl. But the one thing that I want you to think of is that every drop that we add of this product here, I want you guys to imagine that that's $1 that you guys are spending on products, detergents, and cleaners, okay? So what we're gonna do is, Demar, I want you to hold this here, hold the top, and I want you to shake it as hard as you can and try to get some bubbles, okay? And while you're doing that, I'm gonna shake this one here. All right. Oh, come on.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding. So take a look at that. Wow, guys. Huge difference,
That's crazy.
right? So you can see the difference between the two. To make this one look like this, how many more dollars do I have to put in this?
Oh man.
At
Probably
least 10 more.
10
at
more.
least 10 more.
All right, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So I'm gonna shake this one up. So nothing. All right.
Wow.
So let's double it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 30 and there's 5 in this one.
Right.
All right. So let's shake this one up. Let's see what we get. So we got a little bubbles this time.
There.
But take a look at the water.
Yeah.
You notice how it turns that
Yeah.
gray color? We've taken out the problem that's in the water. And take a look at that. It kind of looks like milk. And you can see there's a huge difference between the two, right? Now, the crazy thing is I always like to show this, the power of hard water. We can see it everywhere, but even take a look at this. So we'll just add a little bit of hard water.
And it just takes a lot of bubbles away, though, right?
And
It turns it into that.
It turns it directly, just that little bit,
That's
few
so
drops.
crazy. Yeah.
And so it just kind of shows you what goes on with the water and why you guys have to use so much more products, detergents. You ever used pure soap before?
No.
No, like at a hotel, the bar soap they give you
Yeah.
at the hotel. Okay, so this is just 100% pure soap. Same thing like this, pure soap. It doesn't have like any type of lotions or moisturizers or anything. It's just pure soap.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
pure soap. There you go. All right, so who wants to go first? We're gonna do a hand wash here. Just separate your hands, okay? So go ahead and take that. All right, so notice how, keep going. No, but do you notice how it suds up really quickly
Yeah.
and nice? All right, so go ahead and put the bar soap down, and then get some on the back side. Perfect. All right, now what we're gonna do is I want you to rinse your left hand only in this water here, and while you're doing it, I want you to run your fingers through the water like that, and tell me how it feels.
Feels good.
Nice and
Feels smooth.
nice and silky.
Silky, yes.
So the crazy thing is that no matter how long you left the water in there or your hand in the water, it'll always feel like that. And let me tell you why. Most people think that the soap is still on their skin, but that's not what's happening.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
That's what it feels like, right? But that's
Yeah.
not what's happening. What's happening is that the soap rinsed off completely, and it actually unclogged your pores, and the oils in your hand are naturally moisturizing your skin the way it's supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's stop there. Let me. It's a full service wash here, guys. I take tips.
So nice. Don't get too close. My husband right there.
All right. Now, now do me a favor.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna rinse that one now. Now, tell me how this one feels.
Okay.
So go ahead.
It feels real tough and
A
gritty.
little tough and gritty. Now, this
Oh,
is what people
really?
are
Yeah.
typically used to
That
when you
is
take that shower,
crazy.
right? What's happened here is that you actually created the soap scum on your hand. We didn't rinse the soap off. It clogged your pores, and that's why it sounds. You can hear that.
Don't get too close. My husband right there.
Sorry. All right. So now do me a favor. Oh,
Okay.
sorry about that. Hold up your pinkies. Now taste this left one
Ugh.
to taste just like your skin.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead. Tastes like pinky. Right? Right? Tastes like your skin, right? Now taste that one.
This is disgusting.
That one's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that
It
tastes like
tastes good.
soap.
Right? It tastes like that soap. So
Ugh.
this one has that soap ring on it. This one's nice and clean, right?
Taste it, baby.
I'm gonna have him do it here in a second. That way he can see. Move in. Would you rather shower with this or this one here?
Definitely.
Definitely, right? so,
So
I'm
that's-
already soft. This would add to my softness.
oh,
you
yeah,
can-
there you go.
Man, that do.
You know, but it
This
cuts,
is definitely hard.
yeah,
and gritty.
and it cuts down on a lot of things, right? Like lotions, all those things are expensive, right? And I know me, like I used to use a ton of lotions because of the type of water, but
Yeah.
it's not the same anymore because you cut those things. So normally we wash our hands in the soap, and it takes a little more effort, right, to get some
Right.
bubbles in. All right, so we're gonna rinse with your left in this water here. How's that one feel?
That's crazy.
Nice.
You still got soap on your head.
Does it feel like that when you shower right now?
No.
Nah.
That's the softest you'll ever be, baby.
Immediately ashy when I get out the shower.
And then that's kind of what you're used to right now. You get out the shower.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
That's super crazy.
And so you can hear the difference between the two.
Oh my goodness.
Right? So let me dry them up.
Not too close. My wife right here.
Oh, my bad.